Hi everybody, American Granny here. I normally don't use my Chromebook for this kind of recording because I don't like walking around with it. As we all know and have seen on YouTube, uh, we're clumsy humans, are very clumsy. But I wanted to kind of take you and show you what I've been working on because most of the time when you guys see it, it's from a distance. So it's kind of hard to judge, what it is and how it's going. But I thought maybe, just maybe, I could walk over to the area with my Chromebook because my phone is charging. And I gotta warn you, I lose signal out here real bad on this side of the house because the satellite's all the way on the other side. But okay, I'm going to turn the camera to let you see the area I've been working on with my hubby. And here it is. All that we've got left here is the four-wheelers, our cones, and of course the table, a couple of clamps. Uh, but I thought if this worked, I could use it and show you guys around a little better. I think this is a safe enough thing to set it down on so you can kind of see. And of course, I've been working with my rake. Hopefully, I've got my microphone, trusty little microphone, charged up enough to work good. And my heart is giving me some trouble today, so expect that I'm going to be easily winded and doing a lot of stopping. You know, when I was a young woman, I used to be able to run a 24-hour shift between two jobs, go home, spend an entire day with my kids, and then crash in bed to wake up the next morning and, of course, rinse, repeat kind of thing. That is the human lifestyle. And you want to know something? I hated it for years. I'm going to be honest. It becomes a monotonous thing. But in these years where I'm moving much slower, I'd love to move the speed I did when I was 20, 25, or even 40, but or maybe even 50. I did pretty good in my 50s. I still hung in there, a couple strokes, but nothing that I lost too much of my body freedom. So, oh, now I work at a different pace. But I got to tell you something. When I'm sitting with nothing to do, with absolutely nothing to do except watch YouTube, get lost in my thoughts, and I know that this is part of getting older. Your families grow up, move away, and they begin their journey. And this is when I'm supposed to be able to enjoy the most of my journey because it has absolutely, without a doubt, been the hardest part of my journey was achieving this after living in slumlord houses that we put out of pocket to fix to make livable for ourselves. Uh, it was the only cheap rent you could find. So, was I willing to work like an immigrant? Yeah, exactly was. I wanted food on the table. I needed a roof over our head. And making improvements to somebody else's property that was allowing me to live there at a reasonable cost, I did not see a conflict of interest there. In fact, I saw it to my benefit. And it was. My husband and I were pretty good on, you get a hold of everything and you go and you do what you can to make your living environment the best you can. I never dreamed, I always prayed that someday I could have just a little piece of the pie that I worked so hard for. And the government, of course, they're making sure I don't get anything back of what I paid in. But my mother and my stepdad worked hard for this, and they loved it. And I'm looking around in the woods here, and I'm seeing deer trails, you know, from where the deer come walking through. And some of them, it looks like the deer have changed paths, maybe because of thorns or whatever overgrowth. But we'll start seeing them more now because, um, we're getting into fall. And I've got so much work I should be doing, but my heart has been so threatening today. But I want to show you this. This is the view that's going to be around my garden. Of course, a lot of this lower brush and small trees will come out to open up more sunlight coming through here. So we don't have to take down as many big trees. And because this is basically the end of where I'm putting my garden, right here where the trees are here. You can see all the fallen debris, and this is all over the woods. And see, we got mounds from when they were putting the house in, I'm sure. And this incredible, incredible place and I promised my mother I would not deforest it. And I'm not going to. Uh, Lumber here is not as expensive as it was in Texas, of course, because of where we live. But in Texas, sheet metal was what you bought. And here, sheet metal is expensive, where wood is less expensive. But I don't even have to buy wood if I could just get myself a portable, I saw them on Amazon. It's a portable sawmill that I could move from location to location. So when I take down trees that have to come down because they're so close to my house. I mean, here's the view. Mosquito bite me. Here's the view of the house, and that tree right there is a 50-footer. And from this distance, from here to the house, it'll do some severe damage. And so will that one and the two over there. So those absolutely, without a choice, they have to come out, even if there was no garden going in. Um, my husband and I recognized this pretty early on. I'm hoping if I keep talking that I'll be able to keep moving around a little bit more without my heart saying you've got to sit down or I'm just going to quit on you, because I'm terrified that's going to happen. No, everybody says they're not afraid of dying, but they're afraid of the pain. I am anyway, because living has been physical. No, Jack, please don't. Jack, that's so icky. He's wanting to attack the rake. And we've had to stop him because he gets a bad cough. He's been around. He's gonna be my turd. Just a turd hound. Little turd hound. You're making a mess of my mess. You're making a mess of my mess. Mess. What you hear? What you hear? Yeah, sniff that air. What you find? Is that deer? I smell something. I'm a smoker, and every once in a while I'll get a blessing of smell. And working on all this, I don't smoke while I work. I don't smoke when I'm making videos. So for my health, this has been one of the best things I could do. What are you checking, huh? You find something? Yeah, I'm going to pull some more. And you can mess it all up. Oh, we got a long line, Jack. Watch out, that's got thorns, baby. We got a long line. Yep, see? You always get that stuff in you. All right, let's try to get this picked up. Now I'm hoping as far away from my tablet as I am that you can still hear me. I got to tell you, I really like my Chromebook for small writing projects and stuff like that. It's excellent. But for what I want to use it for, it's just not adequate. But it is getting the job done either way. And I am grateful for that. Yeah. And see, you're already getting a cough, so you be careful. You're going to let me move? I got to move this back. Are you going to let go of the rake? Okay, we're going to move the rake over here. I got to move this trash. Ooh, it's an old mattress, air mattress that mice decided to make their home. Okay, get it over here so I can work over here. Sorry. Am I still on? Yep. Yay. Last time I used this thing. Oh. Oh. You know, it's so strange. I have gotten so used to hearing my heartbeat in my head. Ooh. That on days, the rare days, that I don't hear it, I'm worried that I might be dead because I don't hear it anymore. And I lived my whole life never hearing it in my head unless I really exerted myself. So, yeah. Okay, I got to get some more moved. My heart says I can move again. So I'm going to listen to it and say, okie dokie. Get some more of this garbage out of my way. So, all that's got to go. Oh, okay. Well, I hear a woodpecker out there, tut, 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 working away. He's just working away, he is. Okay, I got to turn you a little bit, get you into my work zone. That way I can talk to y'all, I guess. And yeah. Now, Jack, you got to let me work. Quit stealing my leaves, you animal. You're a manimal. Just a manimal. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. Mama got a vine. Okay. Get that out of the way. Are you ever going to let me work? You manimal. Come on, you just over my garden soil. Hey, yo. Trying to take my break. You evil animal. You're an evil animal. You know that? Hold on, Jackie boy. Mama gotta breathe through the pain. My body doesn't like consistent movement anymore. It's okay with a little bit of movement here and there, but when I'm trying to do something like consistently over and over again to clean an area, there it goes. Now it's not pounding in my ears so bad. But when I do a repetitive thing, it has great difficulty with me. Okay, I see I got a couple of vines I gotta cut. Oh, chew your taters. I'm gonna get that. We're gonna set that there for a minute. Okay, so we got loppers in hand. Get rid of these horrible sticker vines that will just tear your skin right off your flesh. You know, my sister and I had an ordeal with these vines. We had found what I call the mother alien because it did not look natural, not to anything I'd seen before. And it looked like an octopus that had arms over 8 foot tall, and they hung well over my head, you know. And it took some work to get to it. But when I finally got to it, I was wearing my coveralls. My sister, thank goodness, was around, and I wasn't working alone. And one of them got a hold of my back of my coveralls, and I mean, as soon as it grabbed a hold of me, I felt it, and then I moved, and another one grabbed a hold of the upper part of my coveralls and had me hooked. I was like a fish on a fishing line, and I couldn't get out. And my sister was laughing so hard because here I was bent over, stuck with these huge thorns stuck in my backside and my back. Oh, those were good days. I know a lot of people wouldn't say that, but for me it was, because I was working on something that was mine. For the first time in my life, I wasn't working on something for somebody else. I had to be 57 years old to finally get something to work for or work on that was my own. And I wanted to share it with her, my sister, more than anybody. Well, and my husband. And of course, Jack made his way into the family. But he was one of the best tips my husband ever got. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, you broke loose. Yes, you are. Get back to these vines. And these are all small, so when I see them, I've actually considered putting them to good use. I just don't have the mindset for doing it, getting organized, but taking them in the spring when they flower and transplanting them to the front of the property and using them, putting them on the trees out there as protection for the property, because I don't have a fence up. And it's going to be a while before I can put up a fence. Years, most likely. Get these that I've already got gathered up. Sorry about my butt. Ow, 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 ow. I don't have my gloves on, and that's unusual. I usually always do, because these things, they bite and grab everything. Skin. Branches, leaves, anything. But we pull these out, and I'm seriously considering doing that. Just taking maybe this batch, or getting a nice little pile of them built up. Taking that batch, I'm coming back. Taking that batch that I'm building a pile with and putting it down there at the end of the property, just for security issues. You know, it's better to protect it naturally if able. And thankfully, we are able. I know I keep walking away from my camera. I'm sorry. But this is helping me keep my legs under me. You know, as a diabetic, you got to worry about it. And with heart disease, it's more of an issue. So the more I can stand, walk, and such, they say the better for my body. And it used to be, that used to be true. That used to be really true. Oh, there's my pile. But now, my body says it's not true anymore. And I say that because of how mean my body gets about it. Hey, how am I supposed to get any work done? Leave my rake alone. Oh, I raked onto my pile. Did not mean to do that. All right, quit. See? Get off. No. 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 You don't know the word no? Because no means no in Spanish, German, I don't know how many other languages. It always means the same thing. Don't do it. Hey, hey. You're making my job twice as hard, you know, Mr. Critter. Okay, I gotta move my tools here. So I can move these leaves that away. So we're gonna move them over here. There we go. That's that. Got a leaf on your back. This has got to go back in the house. This goes in the house. This can sit right there. You weren't about to dig a hole, were you? It sure looked like it. Get all this stuff in a safe place so I can work around this tree. There's a good pile of ash right there, and it's covered with leaves, and it'll sit that way, well, pretty much all winter, protecting the soil so that we can get back to it and in the spring get it all tilled in and mixed in to give us a good layer of soil for this spring. Oh, I may put this chair over here if you don't mind. There's not much steady ground here. That's garbage, actually. Okay. Yeah, that's my emergency chair. Let me make sure I'm still going here. Yep. This is a new gift. It's Duo something. Doesn't have a main name. It's not like Sony or any of the big names. No. But it was something I've been wanting for a while because I do like to make my videos. Jack, watch it though. You're going to get stuck with the wave. You're an animal. Yeah, an old woman and her fast young dog. Now, let me see how long this video is, because I got limited capacity. Let's see how we're doing. Almost 30 minutes. That means I have been up on my feet for 30 minutes. And heck yeah, thank you guys for subscribing and rooting me along. It means a lot. You know, everybody, they see me hurt and they see me stop. And my husband has learned, now just keep moving what you're doing. Give me my few seconds and I'll get back to joining you. But, you know, when your family has seen you have a stroke and have heart attacks, seeing you close to that in any way is terrifying for them. And I understood that early on. So, but I'm glad I can do what I can do. And I'm grateful for every single day I have. Sorry, I'm turning sideways. My hernias are showing off. You know, it's crazy. As hard as I worked my whole life, none of these hernias, and I have 3 of them now, are from that. They're from surgeries where they nicked the intestines while they were looking around at my uterus and stuff when I had cancer. And that's what caused these. And they saved my life. So these hernias I carry proudly. Thank you, surgeons and doctors of America that took on a case like me and gave me a chance to live 60 years. Mwah! American Granny out.